Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we're going to talk about the new Edge browser control in Microsoft Access. So what is the Edge browser control? Well, Access has had the old browser control in it for decades, going back as far as I can remember. And it was based on Internet Explorer. Remember that? Okay. So a lot of new modern web pages would not display in it. You'd get JavaScript errors, you'd get all kinds of problems. So they finally updated it using the new Edge browser. Right? In case you're not familiar with it, Microsoft Edge, right? Their new browser, it's based on Chrome. Works really good, right? Well, now it's inside Access. There it is. There's a browser inside an Access form. Now, it's been available since May of 2023, and it's currently December of 2023. It's been really buggy. I intentionally avoided doing any videos on it because I've been watching a lot of other Access experts and MVPs and such post videos and articles, and there's problem after problem. But that's how it is with any new software. So you got to give it some growing room, right? Some space to I like to let everybody else find the bugs first, and then once it's kind of stable, then I'll start teaching on it. All right, now, as of right now, it's only available if you have an Access 365 subscription, not one of the perpetual license versions like Access 2016, 2019, 2021, right? Got to have the subscription. And if you have any databases with the old browser control, don't panic, it still exists for now. No idea when Microsoft will pull the plug on it, but it'll probably be around for a while still. So don't panic if you got an old web solution. I still have a database that I use on a regular basis that still has the old browser control, and I have no desire to rewrite that thing. It's a monster. So just keep that in mind for the future. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to display images from websites. All right, let's say, for example, you've got your customer database or your employee database, and everyone's got a picture, and it's already up on your website. Or a product database, for example, and all your product pictures are already up on your website. You can display them very easily using the web browser control. Does it have to be an image? No, of course not. You can just take people right to a website if you want to. That's fine. But for today, just starting basic here, I'm going to show you how to display images. Now, I did do a video about a year or two ago about displaying online images with the old browser, but you're going to find it's actually easier now with the new browser control, and the new Edge browser control works with continuous forms and reports, which the old browser control did not do. We had to do all kinds of fancy tricks, which downloading the image and saving it locally and blah, blah, blah. No, we don't have to do that anymore. It's nice and simple now to display multiple images in a report or using a continuous form. This is a beginner level video. We don't need any VBA or anything fancy to display these images, but you should at least know the basics of Access, building forms and reports and queries and all that stuff. If not, go watch my Access Beginner 1 class. It's absolutely free. It's on my website and my YouTube channel. It's about 4 hours long, and it teaches you everything you need to know to get started. Okay, here I am in my Tech Help free template. This is a free database. You can grab a copy off my website if you want to. It's got a real simple customer table and a customer form in it. Let's say we want to display a picture for each of these customers, and it's already up on our website. It could be products, it could be whatever, okay? So the first thing we have to do is put a field in the table to save this information. So let's go to our customer table, design view. I'll come down to the bottom here, and I'll put in here online picture. And that'll be a short text field. All right, let's close it. Close it. And let's go to the form now, and let's add that field here. Just for the purposes of class, I'm going to delete all of this stuff. We don't need it for now. Just get rid of that. And let's add that online picture. I'm just going to copy country, copy paste, Control-C, Control-V, put it down here. We'll put down here picture. And in here, we'll change the control source to online picture. And we'll also copy that and paste it up here. So the name of the box is also online picture. All right, let's close this and reopen it, see what we got. There we go. Now, in this picture, we're going to put the URL to the person's picture. Where do we find that? Well, on the web. So open up my browser. I'll go to my website. And I know I got my picture sitting right there. So I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to go open image in new tab. And this will give you the complete URL to that picture. It's a JPEG file. All right, so that is what I'm going to copy, come back over here and paste that into my picture field. Maybe make that a little bit bigger so we can see the whole thing. Like so. Those can get pretty long. All right, there it is. Now, we're going to put a browser control here that's bound to that field so that when the record loads, it displays whatever's in that picture field. All right, so design view. Make this a little bit bigger. Let's go to form design, and there it is right there. There's the Edge browser control, not the old one. Where's the old one? The old one's right there. That's the old one. Don't use that one. Use this guy. Okay, it's got the fancy little yellow lighting bolt there. All right, draw a box like so. Now this thing's going to pop up. You can hard code an address in here. All right, like if you always want this, just go into a specific site. You can put that in here, but I don't. I want this to be based on the current customer's picture. So we're going to cancel it. Okay. Now open up the properties for it. It's called Edge Browser 32. I'm going to rename that to just like WB, like web browser, something like that. I usually go WB. I've been doing it forever. So I'm going to stick with WB. You can call it browser. You can call it Edge. You can call it whatever you want. Now, the important thing is the control source right here. You're going to drop this down and you're going to pick online picture. Don't use picture, by the way. Picture is a reserved word. I think in some of my older videos, I used to use picture, and it's caused some problems in the past. So even, just like you guys, I learn new stuff all the time too. So save that. We're going to close it. Close it. We're going to open it up again. And, oh, look at that. There's me. Whatever's in this field is going to pop up there. All right? Want to do another one? Let's go here. All right, let's go. James Kirk. Let's go back to our browser. All right, I'm going to search for picture of Captain Kirk. All right, we'll just find a picture. All right, there's a good one. Let's go with this one. All right, that looks good. Right click, and we're going to, where is it? Oh, there it is. Open image in new tab. All right, you want to link to just that JPEG right there. Copy it. Come over here. Paste it. Now, here's the thing. This picture isn't going to update until you leave the record and come back to it. See? I'm going to show you the developers at the end of the video how you can make that so it automatically refreshes. That, unfortunately, does require one little line of code. All right, let's do one more. Who's next? Deanna? All right, go over to Bing again. Find a picture. I already found one. Copy the URL. Come back over here. Paste it. Leave the record. Come back to it. And there's your picture. Okay, now here's the beautiful thing. If you want to put these in a continuous form, it's very easy to do. Design view. Again, I'm going to just delete this stuff here. We're going to drop the control in here like so. All right, cancel that guy. Open up the properties. Set the name to WB. Make this online picture. And let's slide it up a little bit. Get rid of that gap. Get rid of that. Save it. Close it. Open it. And there it is. Takes a little second to load. It's got to load each one of these. But there you go. The old browser did not work in continuous forms. Same thing if you want to make a report. Let's come down here. I got a blank report. I'll copy and paste that. Copy, paste. Let's call this the customer R. All right. Right click. Design view. It's just an empty shell of a report, right? So again, let me delete this. Get rid of this empty space, like so. We'll bring this over. We'll set the control or the record source equal to my customer table. We'll add existing fields. We'll bring in a couple fields here. Bring in that online picture if you want to see it. You don't have to. Okay, and then over here, we'll put the control again. All right, cancel, open it up, WB, online picture, save it, close it, and we're going to right click and go into print preview. And again, it takes a second to load up, and there you go. See that? Isn't that cute? This is good for customers, for products, for employees, whatever. Now you can take images that are online and put them right in your forms and reports. And this method is so much easier than the method that I had to show you in the old browser. Because in the old browser, you couldn't display it in a report like that. You'd have to download the image locally and then display it using a picture control, which I prefer this, right? Because if you're going to have a central repository of images, best to put them on your website, right? All right, developers. I'm going to sneak that in there. If you're a developer, you want to learn a couple extra tricks, let me show you something new here. All right, as I mentioned, this does not update until you leave the record and come back. So let's say, for example, let me just take my picture again. Let me copy this. If I go to a blank record, let's say out here, let's say Jean-Luc Picard, paste that in, nothing happens. So what we have to do is at this point in the after update event for this field, we can force this thing to navigate to this URL. How do we do that? Right click, design view, find this guy's properties, go to events, find the after update event, which if you don't know how to use this, I've got a whole video on the after update event. I'll put a link to it down below. But right here in the online picture after update, right here we're going to say WB, that's the name of my control, .navigate. And this is where you can tell it where to go. You can put any website you want in here, your homepage, Google, whatever. But we already have a URL we want to navigate to, right? That's the online picture. And it's that simple. You just have to say, hey, when the user updates this, navigate to the online picture. So if I come in here, again, let's copy, I'll copy James Kirk. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go over here, right? William Riker. We're going to go paste. And then as soon as I hit tab, the after update event fires and loads that picture for you. See that? Now, you also have to take consideration what happens if they delete this, right? If they delete that, then you get invalid use of null. So you got to check for that here. Now, there's a couple ways you could do it. You could do if is null, online picture, then exit sub. That's one way to do it. Or you could tell the browser control not to go anywhere. Watch this. NZ, online picture, comma, about, blank. What that does is it uses the NZ function. Again, if you're not familiar with that, it takes a null value and converts it to a 0 or whatever else you want it to be. For numbers, it could be a 0. For texts, it could be an empty string. In this case, we're going to go to about blank. About blank is what you type into pretty much any browser to just get it to load a blank page. Okay? So now, if the user blanks that field, it's just going to go to a blank page. Watch this. Let's do that again. Let's come back to here and copy me. And we'll go here and paste it in. And now if I come in here and delete it, blank page. Okay, isn't that cute? Oh, and I haven't figured out a way to change the background property of this. It's transparent, right? And there's no, if you open up the properties, there's no way to change the format of the back color in here. You can change the border, but you can't change back color, which is kind of annoying if the page that you want to go to is something like, here, let me show you. If you want to go to just 599cd.com, and it will load. Okay, there it is, loaded. But now notice the background of the page, I know it's really small, the background of the page is that blue, which I think is dumb. So if you want to get around that, what you could do is put a white rectangle behind this thing. So I go to form design, find a rectangle, this guy, draw a box. I like to keep it around it, but like one grid stop above and below it, like this. So you'll see a little tiny kind of a frame. And then we're going to make the format of that. We're going to make it white. So your web pages will show up white in the back behind them. We're going to right click on the browser, position, bring to front to make sure it stays in front. And then maybe for this guy, maybe give it a, I don't know, let's go an outline black. Okay, save it, close it, open it. And now you can see you got like a frame around it. And when the page loads, takes a second. There it goes. Now you can see it's got a white background behind it. I just think that looks better. That's just me. All right, there is one more nasty bug I discovered that I was going to wait to the end of the video to show you developers. You notice how in here, in your VBA editor, right, if you're in the online picture, this is the properties and the methods and stuff for, the events for this browser control. If you come in here and try to pick any of these for the browser control itself, like let's say you go in here and pick WB and see, Access has stopped working. Anytime you try to pick the browser control itself in the VBA editor, Access crashes. So note to the Access team, take a look at that, because it's, yeah. I've tried this in like several different databases on 2 or 3 different machines. It always crashes. So anybody knows any of the Access guys, let them know. All right, before I finish today's video, I just want to bring up a couple of different resources that are available. First, Mike Wolf has been putting together a page called the Resources for the Modern Edge-Based Browser Control and Access. He's done a really, really good job of putting together tons of different resources from other people that have put videos together and articles and forum discussions about this controller. It's been going through a lot of work and changes, and they're doing things with it. It's much, much, much better now than it was back in May when I first played with it. I had nothing but problems with it back then, but now it seemed to be somewhat stable, except for that thing I just showed you. So check out Mike's page. I'm going to be doing a lot more with this in upcoming videos, but if you want to get a jump start on it now and learn a lot about what this thing can do without waiting for me, then check this page out. And Daniel Pino has put out a couple of videos and a couple of really good articles about some of the nerdier aspects of how to push values to a page, click buttons on a page, return values from a page. I'm going to be covering some of this stuff, but he goes into a lot of detail, so check that out as well. And as far as Microsoft's actual official documentation goes, there's not a whole lot. There's not much here. So it's mostly been MVPs and other people writing articles for Access that have put a lot of good information online. But there you go. There's your very brief intro to the Edge browser control. More to come. Hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have below. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. Click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Want to learn more? Click the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. YouTube does a pretty good job of hiding it. It's right down there. See this part of the description here, right? The name, the video's up here. There's a little Show More down there, right down the bottom. It's kind of hard to find. But once you click on that, you'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. And YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted like they used to do. But if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. And you can pick how frequently to get emails from me, either as they happen, daily, weekly, or monthly. Now, if you'd like to become a paid member of my channel and receive all kinds of awesome perks, click on the Join button. You'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks, including my extended cut videos, access to my code vault, lots of VBA source code in there, template downloads, and lots more. I'll talk more about these perks at the end of the video. Even if you don't want to commit to becoming a paid member and you'd like to help support my work, please feel free to click on the tip jar link. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got some puppies to feed. But don't worry, no matter what, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you really want to learn Access and you haven't tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, and more. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? The whole thing, free, 4 hours. Go watch it. And okay, a lot of you have told me that you don't have time to sit through a 4-hour course. So I do now have a quicker Microsoft Access for Beginners video that covers all the basics faster in about 30 minutes. And no, I didn't just put the video on fast forward. But I'll put a link to this down below as well. Now, if you like level 1, level 2 is just $1. That's it, $1. And that's another whole 90-minute course. Level 2 is also free for paid members of any level, including supporters. So if you're a member, go watch level 2. It's free. Okay, want to get your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my TechHelp page and send me your question there. Members get priority, of course. While I do try to read and respond to all of the comments posted below in the comments section, I only have time to go through them briefly a couple of times a month, and sometimes I get thousands of them. So send me your question here on the TechHelp page, and you'll have a better chance of getting it answered. And while you're on my website, be sure to stop by my Access forum. We've got lots of lively conversations about Microsoft Access and other topics. I have a fantastic group of moderators who help me answer questions. Shout out to Alex, Kevin, Scott, Adam, John, Dan, Juan, and everybody else who helps out on the site. I appreciate everything you do. I couldn't do it without you. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on Facebook too, but I don't like Facebook. Don't get me started. Now, let's talk more about those member perks if you do decide to join as a paid member. There are different levels: silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut TechHelp videos, one free beginner class every month, and some other perks. Gold members get all the previous perks, plus access to download the sample databases that I build in my TechHelp videos, plus access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use, the code that I build in most of the videos. You'll also get higher priority if you do submit any TechHelp questions. Now, answers are never guaranteed, but you do go higher in the list for me to read them. And if I like your question, you got a good chance of it being answered. You'll also get one free expert level class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks plus even higher priority for TechHelp questions. You get access to all of my full beginner level courses for every subject. And I cover lots of different subjects like Word, Excel, VBA, ASP, lots of different stuff, not just Access. These are the full-length courses found on my website. You get all the beginner ones. In addition, once you finish the expert classes, you get one free developer class per month. So lots of training. And finally, you can also become a Diamond sponsor. You'll have your name or your company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown on each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you again soon.